What if I told you? The U.S. government once watched hundreds of men die just to see what would happen. For 40 years, doctors lied, promised free care, but gave them nothing, not even a chance to survive. It was 1932. In the small town of Tuskegee, Alabama, 600 black men, mostly poor sharecroppers, were approached by the U.S. Public Health Service. The offer? Free medical care, free rides, free meals, even burial insurance. What they weren't told was that they were part of a secret government experiment. Of the 600 men, 399 had syphilis, a sexually transmitted infection. The doctors promised treatment, but they never intended to treat them. Instead, they watched the disease take its toll: blindness, brain damage, organ failure, while recording every stage. They called it the Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis in the Negro male, and they justified it in the name of science. In 1947, penicillin became the standard treatment for syphilis. It could have saved every one of them, but the men were deliberately kept in the dark. Doctors made sure they didn't get treated, just so the experiment could continue. Even as waves were infected, even as children were born with the disease, the study rolled on for 25 more years. It wasn't until 1972, 40 years later, that the truth finally came out. A whistleblower leaked the story to the press. The public was horrified. The U.S. government had used its own citizens as lab rats. The experiment was shut down, but the damage had already been done. In 1997, 25 years after the study ended, President Bill Clinton gave a public apology to the remaining survivors and their families. "What was done cannot be undone," he said, "but we can end the silence." A $10 million settlement was issued, but no doctor was ever prosecuted. No one served time. 600 men walked into those clinics believing they were being healed. Instead, they were betrayed. The Tuskegee Syphilis Experiment wasn't a mistake. It was a decision, a choice to trade human lives for scientific data. That's why we tell this story, to make sure it never happens again.